Hello everyone and welcome to the WCG for quarterfinal 3 of the 2023 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees these two sides meet at the same stage of the competition as they did last year, as Taking Over take on Smack My Pitch Up, with the semi-final spot up for grabs once again. As you can see on your screens, the road to the quarterfinal for both sides. Both sides winning their first match and then losing their second, but a much tighter affair in Group C. Saw Taking Over top their group on the wickets taken rule, and Smack My Pitch Up had to settle for second, as 2 inches short of a length finished with a 100% record. The captains are in the middle and ready for the toss.
A replay of last year's quarterfinal when they knocked you over. Yeah. All right, the lowest ranked is you guys. No, hang on. Yeah, you guys. You finished second.
Don't worry about it.
So it's Peter Fowler, the Smack My Pitch Up skipper, who wins the toss, and he's elected to send Taking Over into bat. As we take a look at both lineups for this crunch quarterfinal, it's Michael Mabry who leads his side into battle once again, with the impressive Aaron Gardner, who has had a solid tournament to date, joining his skipper, and the side is rounded out by TJ English. And for the Crabs, they'll be led by Peter Fowler once again, who had an up and down group stage with the blade, and he'll be joined by Ryan McFarlane, who's been very handy once again with both bat and ball, and the side is rounded out by Jake Casaccia. And just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partner for this year's tournament, Better Beer, who have been fantastic since jumping on board. It's always a day for it here at the WCG. So it's quarterfinal 3, the Crabs v Taking Over. Let's go. And it will be the Taking Over skipper, Michael Mabry, who will get this quarterfinal underway with the bat. Has made handy starts at the top of the order for his side in this year's competition, and they'll be hoping he can do it again here. So two emerging powers of the tournament about to go head-to-head. It's going to be McFarlane to Mabry first up. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery. Mabry gets a thick inside edge onto his body, and he moves through for a single to begin with. So Taking Over away here in quarterfinal 3. It's a good start with the ball from McFarlane. McFarlane to continue to Mabry in the opening over. He's in now. Oh, this is a beamer. That is a rocket sent down there from McFarlane, and rightfully it has been called a no ball. It's well evaded there from Mabry. Well, a mixed start with the ball there from McFarlane, as he'll continue to Mabry in the opening over. Oh, he's knocked him over with the third delivery. Well, it certainly has been a mixed start. This one bang on the money, and it removes the Taking Over skipper for just one. Taking Over 1 for 2 in the opening over, and the Crabs get the early wicket they were craving. Well, the ideal start to this quarterfinal here for the Crabs, and that wicket now brings Aaron Gardner to the crease at number 2. This is a key period of play here in the match. It's been impressive with the bat so far in the tournament. Can he go again here? So it's going to be McFarlane into Gardner for his first delivery. Here he's in now, it's a full toss driven, and it's well fielded there from Jake Casaccia, who makes an impressive stop down to his right. Well, the Crabs are on here to begin this quarterfinal, as McFarlane is in once again to Gardner. This one's played away on the leg side, and it's heading towards the boundary, but that is until Peter Fowler gets across and makes a smart stop to his right. The Crabs are on here in the field to begin this quarterfinal. That is a big stop there from the skipper. Taking Over 1 for 3 as we arrive at the final ball of the opening over. McFarlane in once again to Gardner, and this one's a full wide delivery, and he gets an edge onto the fence. He moves through for a single to end with. Yeah, that one looked close to a no ball. Yeah, perhaps the Crabs have got away with one there, but Gardner's away. 1 for 4 after 1. It's going to be Jake Casaccia to bowl the second over of the innings. As in now to Gardner, and this one's driven away on the offside. He's going to move through for a single, and he gets there in the end. The throw was wide, and this one has been called a no ball, so it will be 2 to the score. It's a good stop from McFarlane. Let's have a look at the throw. Oh, it was well wide in the end. Good from Gardner. Taking Over 1 for 6 in the second over. As Casaccia is in once again to Gardner, and this one's a full delivery. Oh, he's got an edge through to the keeper. He's been given. That's a big moment for the Crabs. Gardner, who's been fantastic in this year's tournament, has to go for just 3. Taking Over in all sorts of trouble in this quarterfinal. 2 for 6, and the Crabs are on the march. Well, Smack My Pitch Up looked to have 1 foot in the semi-finals again, and that wicket now brings TJ English to the crease, the last man in for taking over, and what a time to come in for your first stick of the tournament. His side need him to stand up here, as Kasachi's in once again to him now, and that one's a beautiful drive down the ground. Oh, but that is a brilliant stop from Kasachi, who moves swiftly to his left. The Crabs are on here in quarter-final 3. That is a beauty from the Italian stallion. The Crabs are putting the stranglehold here on taking over, as Kasachi's in once again to English, and this one I think hits him on the leg, and he's going to move through for a leg bye. So taking over, move along to 2 for 7 here in quarter-final 3. They are up against it if they want to qualify for a maiden semi-final. This has simply been a brilliant performance so far here from the Crabs, as Kasachi's in once again to English, and this one is hit. Is it over the fence? They're looking for it. Oh, this might have stayed on the roof. This might be 6. It has been signalled 6. That is a much-needed boundary there for taking over. It is fortuitous, but they will take it. 2 for 13 after 2. Well, taking over, it moved into double figures, and the Crabs are going to go for the kill here, as McFarlane's in for his second over, and this one's a full delivery, and that is a beauty down the ground here from English. He moves into double figures with a gorgeous stroke. It's 2 for 17. Well, we know English can bat. He opened the batting in last year's edition for taking over, as McFarlane's in once again to him now, and this one's a full delivery outside the off stump, but English has just lost his shape, and it's a swing and a miss. So taking over 2 for 17 with 8 deliveries left in the innings, and they would probably take 30 at this stage. There's more than enough time for them to get up to that mark, even beyond it if things go well, as McFarlane's in once again to English. This one's a good length delivery. Oh, but English gets underneath it and hits it over the fence. Taking over, have been bowled out for 17 here in quarter-final 3. The Crabs have simply been brilliant with the ball here in this contest. McFarlane finishes with 2, and the Crabs look to be heading back to the semi-finals. Well, taking over have saved their worst performance with the bat for this quarter-final. They have been bowled out for 17 in the third over. TJ English getting them up to some sort of total with 10 at the back end of the innings. McFarlane finishes with 2 wickets, and it's 18 to get for the Crabs for a second successive semi-final appearance. And it is going to be Ryan McFarlane who will get this run chase underway for the men in orange. Has been handy at the top of the order for his side once again in this competition, and they'll be hoping he can just about get them done here. So 18 to get for the Crabs, and it's going to be Gardner to McFarlane first up. Here he goes around the wicket, and this one's a full toss, hit onto the fence, and it doesn't go into the boundary, and McFarlane will scoot through for a single to get the Crabs underway. A tad unfortunate there for McFarlane. Those usually run to the boundary, but not on this occasion. So Gardner to continue around the wicket here to McFarlane in the opening over. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery, but this one looks to hit him on the leg and go over the fence, but it's been given out by the umpire, and McFarlane cannot believe the decision. Well, that's a much-needed breakthrough here for taking over. Let's have a look. Oh, there doesn't look to be any bat in it. This looks a controversial decision, but taking over won't complain. They've got the big wicket of McFarlane for 1. It's 1 for 1. Well, you can see the disbelief there on Ryan McFarlane's face, but he has to go, and that wicket now brings the skipper, Peter Fowler, to the crease at number 2. Dismissed for a duck, and his side's defeat the 2 inches short of a length. Can he stand up here? So Gardner to go back over the wicket now to Fowler for his first delivery. It's a back of a leg delivery, it's a thick edge, and it's gone! He's gone first ball! And the Crabs are now in big trouble in this quarter-final. Well, what a difference 2 balls can make in this contest. Let's have a look. Fowler wasn't happy with the call, but that is definitely the right decision on this occasion. It's 2 for 1. Well, just like that, it's now the Crabs who are in big trouble in this quarter-final, as that wicket now brings Jake Kasachi to the crease, the last hope for the Crabs. and he has to get a score here, otherwise they are done. So Gardner looking to take the first over hat-trick. He's in now to Kasaja, who drops this on the offside, and he moves through for a single, and the throw is incoming there from English, but I think he would have beaten it out anyway. So a busy start here from Kasaja. It's a good bit of fielding there from English. Nah, he would have beaten it out anyway. The Crabs 2 for 2 after 1, and it's going to be TJ English to bowl the second over of the innings. He's in now to full delivery, and Kasaja drops this on the onside and moves through for a single once again. So this looks like it's going to be his mantra. He's going to try and bunt his way to victory. He's certainly got plenty of time to get his side home in this amazing quarter-final. So English to continue to Kasaja in the second over. This one's a back of a leg delivery, and he's hit this over the fence. Taking over, going through to the semi-finals. They get revenge from last year's defeat to qualify for the Final Four for the first time in their history. Kasaja cannot get his side home. The Crabs have collapsed, and taking over are through to the Final Four. Well, to be fair, we can only wonder if that controversial call on McFarlane went the other way, but taking over do not care one bit. They are through to a first ever semi-final appearance at the Australian T20 Big Bash as they prevail by 14 runs here in quarterfinal 3. TJ English top scoring and picking up a wicket in a man-of-the-match performance, and the Crabs are forced to go back in their shell for another season after another disappointing exit. So as we look ahead to the next match of the tournament, it's the fourth and final quarterfinal. It's 2 inches short of a length, taking on Nice Gary for the remaining ticket to the semi-finals.